Yo, what is going on, guys? It's C-Brev. Welcome to another MLB The Show 19 card review. In this one, I'm going to be going over 95 overall signature series Robb Nen. This card was obtainable through recent events. You can buy him off the marketplace right now. He's currently selling for around 30,000 stubs. So my experience with this card was pretty strange. If you want my general overview, I do not think that this is a good card that should be in a lot of people's competitive bullpens. I really struggled with this card, and he's one of those weird situations where I actually think the 92 overall Robb Nen that you get from collecting the NL West is actually better than this card for a couple of reasons. So the main differences between signature Robb Nen and 92 Robb Nen is this card has lower hits per 9 but a lot higher K per 9. This card also has higher walks per 9 and control rating. In addition, his overall is inflated a little bit because he has much higher home runs per 9, which no longer affect online play. So there's not a lot of difference between this card and the old card, except the old card is better, in my opinion, because of the pitch repertoire. So the changes that happened with the signature Robb Nen is that all of his off speed is actually slower than it was before, which on paper seems good because you always want speed differential. People love that buzzword, speed differential. In general, it's good, but in this case with signature Robb Nen, it actually took away from what made Robb Nen good. So in my opinion, and if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I really liked the 92 overall Robb Nen card. I thought he was a tier 2 reliever. I still do. I think you can justify putting him in your bullpen at any time and still being competitive, but the signature card is worse, and I would not recommend him. Because old Robb Nen could get his slider up to 94 miles an hour, and he could get his splitter up to 92. Both of those are really, really good for what he is, because throwing a slider at 94 up and into a lefty is extremely effective. Almost always results in a pop out or a swing and miss with 2 strikes, and those are pitches that you can't throw with signature Robb Nen because his off speed is so much slower. In addition, the difference between the 80 mile an hour curveball that signature Robb Nen throws and the 83 mile an hour curveball that old Robb Nen throws is a pretty big deal against lefties as well, because it's harder to jam them up or throw them off because this card's curveball kind of floats. So in general, I think this card is worse because his off speed is easier to be recognized and easier to react to because it's slower. And like I said, a lot of what made Robb Nen good on this game is the ability to throw off speed that's super hard and hard to react to. Additionally, with the splitter being slower, which is one of Robb Nen's signature pitches, I think it's the #1 off-speed pitch that most people throw with him. Because it's slower on the signature card, there's actually more of a hump or more of a bump. I don't know what most people call it, but like when the ball leaves the hand and it like jumps a little bit, as kind of like a visual indicator that it's off speed for a lot of good players. Because it's slower, it's more apparent that you're throwing off speed with the signature card than it was with the old card, because he's throwing it slower now, and there's more break, which I guess is bad. I'm not sure. Talking a lot, but I'm just trying to get you guys to understand the reasoning why I think the older Robb Nen is better than this card, and why this card just did not perform well. In addition, I don't know if they did like a visual update recently, but it seems like Robb Nen got taller in game, which is kind of weird. I think it's led to him being easier to read. I'm not really sure, but even when I'm hitting against him, it seems like he's taller now. I don't really know what happened. One last thing to talk about is that old Robb Nen actually has plus 14 on the clutch rating compared to this Robb Nen. So old Robb Nen has 122 clutch, and that's actually a big deal because clutch affects PCI size with runners on base. So even though technically this Robb Nen has better per 9s, it's not actually better all the time. And so given the fact that old Robb Nen is pretty comparable per 9s wise with just better stuff, in my opinion, and the ability to throw off speed up in the zone, which is what really makes Robb Nen, especially against left-handed hitters, my recommendation would be to not use this card, and if you want to use a Robb Nen, to use the 92 overall from the NL West collection. So as always, we'll rate the card how he rates in the meta, and we'll rate him compared to how much he costs. How he rates in the meta, I'll give him a B. Perfectly serviceable right-handed reliever. Relievers are kind of tough to grade poorly because there's so few of them that are good. And so even though I don't think this card is like an in-game reliever, he's still fine. as far as like performance goes, because there's so few relievers in the game. And for the price, I'll give him a B- because 30K is kind of a lot for a card like this. I would highly recommend Finest Liam Hendriks over this card. I would compare 92 Robb Nen and Finest Liam Hendriks almost equally, with this card being lower, and Finest Liam Hendriks is like 10K right now, so much cheaper for a better card. So I hope you all enjoyed this card review. Let me know down in the comment section below who you want me to review if I haven't done someone that you want me to do. I will be doing the 3 new signature cards that are dropping tomorrow. They've been revealed as Ralph Kiner, Cy Young, and a mystery person, so don't worry, I'll be getting on those, and I am working on the tier list as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the clips after this, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. That's what that guy gets for playing at Polo Grounds, alright? It's called karma. I actually don't know if this guy would have scored a single run if I didn't have Garrett Cole starting. Alright, maybe I should stop talking shit.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Schmidt. He's got a homer and a triple to this point in the game. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Runners on first with 1 down.
I know, Kyle. We just need a fucking Sig Hershiser in the first place. That's what sucks, dude. That card would be so busted. The devs probably saw everyone playing in April, and they were like, "We can." He's like in Necro and Tion territory. They're like, "We can just never release this card because it would break the game."
Ready with the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there.
And we'll have. Here's the first pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. I kind of like the.
I'm trying to clutch up, man. I literally could not have pitched that last at bat any more perfectly. Ellipsis.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Mike Puck. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
It's all-star. Every card is good. That's kind of true. Not only is it all-star, but most of the pitchers you face are silvers and golds.
And this one's inside and high. 1-2 now.
That was so gross. I cannot believe he fouled that.
Another 1-2 delivery. Oh, don't know how you lay off that one, but he did, and it's 2-2. I know he buried that slide.
Oh my god, this is stupid.
If he doesn't pop commit and bury that inside.
What is happening?